What's up, y'all? It's your boy Carcino here, and we have a situation with Tim Bradley. It's hard to understand Tim Bradley's philosophy because he's different. You know, he's very smart. He's got to be one of the smartest dummies in boxing. And people are like, why are you calling him a dummy? Look, I like Tim Bradley. Okay? But what I mean by smartest dummy, what I mean is this. Timothy Bradley knows the game of boxing. He knows everybody, what they're going to do, how they're going to approach the fight, their styles, everything. He'll be a great analyst when his career is over. But the decisions he makes sometimes are like asinine. Like, you're going into the biggest fight of your career with Manny Pacquiao, and for this fight you decide not to wear damn socks because you saw an interview with Mike Tyson said it gives you more energy. If you've been doing whatever you did to get here, you were wearing socks, you've been very successful, you hadn't lost, why, when you come into the biggest fight of your career, you think it's time to change something up? Any other fighter, they know better. There's no need to change what's working. But Timothy Bradley is a very smart dummy. He decided to go into the ring without socks. So, there you go. The rematch with Pacquiao. He decides it would be in his best interest to just go for the knockout. Because he's convinced himself in the mind that if it goes to the scorecards, they're going to give it to Manny anyway because they felt he won the first fight. So he's mentally convinced himself he cannot win the fight by decision. So he got to score a knockout. So instead of boxing Manny Pacquiao, embarrassing him, making him miss, making him make the mistakes where you probably could have scored a knockout, you're going to do something you don't do. World's smartest dummy in boxing. Then he replaces Cameron Duncan, who was ill at the time. But when Cameron came back, he did try to reach out. So he did make contact, even though he was ill, to Timothy Bradley. But Bradley replaced him with his wife. Now she's his manager. Now you have to understand that Cameron Duncan holds a lot of weight with Top Rank as far as bringing them talent. If you cross them, you're basically crossing your promoter. So your protection is gone. They're an old school way of dealing with sports. They don't like to deal with women. Okay, from Nonito Donier's wife to Shane Mosley's wife. You know, the boxing game shies very harshly on women promoters, women managers. They don't like it. Especially when it's a husband and wife situation. They don't really honor it. Now, everybody likes Monica. I like her. I think she's doing great, but, I mean, is this the kind of fight Timothy Bradley should be having right now? Why he doesn't do more on social media, why he doesn't keep himself out there a lot or more, only when he has a fight. And then people can't really identify with him because he picks and chooses the time when he wants to be available. And you got to catch him in a good mood one day. And he might say 3 o'clock. Then that 3 o'clock is going to be 7 o'clock. Then 7 o'clock going to be next Thursday. And you're like, how can I promote this guy? And it doesn't mean he's a bad person, because he's not. He's a great human being. But sometimes I think he shoots himself in the foot because he's obviously wants to be famous or wants to get to that next level, and there's levels to take to get there. It's not just winning a fight. Because plenty of people had just won fights and didn't get to that plateau. When you leave this game, you want to be financially settled and straight, and you want to get to a point where you're okay, you got to take the right steps to be there. Because with wife managers and female managers who are in the game, her real concern is you. So her main concern is getting you out the sport with some money but healthy, and I want to do it fast. You know that. But as a fighter, and like Timothy Bradley is, if he physically still think I can do this, he's going to want to continue to do it. That's just a man in him, the fighter in him. It's hard to tell the fighter when it's time to give it up. The fighter has to tell himself, I can't do it no more. And normally you have to be humble. So even though Tim Bradley had lost to Pacquiao and got a draw in his last fight, he's far from feeling he's humble. But I'm anxious to see what he looks like on Saturday night. I'm hoping he wins. But the way the cards are stacked, it's looking like I'll be putting some money on Vargas. I'm out.